Eyewitness News is your local election headquarters. Democratic presidential candidates are back on the campaign trail after the most fiery debate of the election season so far.
Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg took the brunt of the attacks, with Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren as his toughest critic.
Eyewitness News reporter Anita Buffoni joins us now live in studio with a look at how last night's debate could impact the upcoming caucuses in tonight's election coverage. Anita?
Well, that's right, Mike and Caroline. It was the first debate for Mike Bloomberg, and the other Democratic candidates didn't hold back on their opinions of the former New York City mayor.
Hello. Mike Bloomberg appeared to be in good spirits on the campaign trail today as he recoups from Wednesday's combative debate.
How was your night last night?
Turning his focus to beating President Trump.
The real winner in the debate last night was Donald Trump. Because I worry that we may very well be on the way to nominating somebody who cannot win in November.
That was a reference to Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who's been rising in the polls as former Vice President Joe Biden slips. Most of the Democrats are campaigning in Nevada ahead of Saturday's caucus, but not Bloomberg. His focus is on the 14 states that vote Super Tuesday, March 3rd. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren is hoping for a good outcome on Saturday after her debate performance brought into a flood of new campaign donations.
I'd like to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg.
Bloomberg tried to shift the focus from himself back to the president.
I can't think of ways that would make it easier for Donald Trump to get reelected than listening to this conversation.
He ended up playing defense all night. He really did not have a good night at all.
Eyewitness News political analyst Joe Fleming says we should expect the same criticism of Bloomberg during next Tuesday's CBS News debate in South Carolina. Also butting heads on the debate stage, Senator Amy Klobuchar and Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
They need to have one of them come forward and one of them basically fade out of the picture. So right now they're fighting for that ground.
President Trump tweeted about the debate, calling Bloomberg's performance perhaps the worst in the history of debates.
Now, Governor Raimondo, who endorsed Bloomberg, is in New York City today with members of his presidential campaign. Raimondo's aides tell us her trip was planned before Bloomberg took criticism in last night's debate. I'm Anita Buffoni, Eyewitness News.